Sunday, January 25th, 2026, AGNDD intelliReport topic. Winter storm Fern turns deadly. Please pardon any visual and informational inaccuracies in this partially AI-generated article-based video. Winter storm Fern turns deadly in Louisiana, outages for hundreds of thousands vulnerable to ice snow. Impacts from this storm are expanding. Here's what we know right now. By Renee Straker and Rob Shackelford, January 25th, weather.com. On Sunday, millions from New Mexico to the northeast saw impacts from Winter Storm Fern. Thick layers of ice remain on the ground and power lines, and outages across the south skyrocketed as a result. The storm has claimed the lives of 2 men in Louisiana. Officials there confirmed they both died of hypothermia. Another death was reported in Austin, Texas, also from hypothermia. Heavy snow has blanketed towns from Missouri to New England and will continue to impact the Northeast into early Monday. At least 24 states had declared emergencies. Many roads and highways were impassable, and a staggering number of flight cancellations remain. School districts across the country have called off classes on Monday, with the list growing longer by the minute. We're not only tracking the storm's path for you, but we'll also be bringing you live updates throughout the day on every angle of the storm. Here's what's happening now. 9:24 p.m. EST, storm death reported in Austin. There has been a death in the city of Austin from Winter Storm Fern. The city's mayor has confirmed that the cause of death was hypothermia. Austin is under an extreme cold warning until noon CST Monday. Wind chills could drop to around 0 degrees overnight. The state still has over 70,000 customers without power. 9:05 p.m. EST, end of the winter storm arrives soon. From senior digital meteorologist Jonathan Bells. Winter storm. Fern's last mark will be made in New England on Monday. Fern's center may slow for a time on Monday. That means its snow flurries are likely to stick around there at times through the day, but the heaviest snowfall will be long gone by sunrise. Meanwhile, many across the country will begin to thaw out from the ice that will likely make travel and recovery efforts tricky from Texas to Tennessee. Temperatures will be well below average to start the work week. They may not reach freezing in parts of the South, including hard-hit northern Mississippi and Tennessee, until Tuesday. 9:02 p.m. EST. Small passenger plane overturns at Bangor Airport, Maine. Conditions were snowy and visibility was reduced at the Bangor Airport around the time a small passenger plane overturned at the airport. The area's winter storm warning took effect at 7 p.m. and will last until 3 a.m. Tuesday. Snowfall over a foot is possible. 8:39 p.m. EST, stunning shot of ice in Helen, Georgia. It is not too often you see significant icing in Georgia. Much of central and northern Georgia has been slammed with significant icing, which has led to power outages climbing up to over 45 customers. Ice storm warnings will expire by Monday morning, with accumulations across the region reaching up to 1/2 inch. 8:26 p.m. EST, creative ways to travel in Boston. Remember the video game SSX Tricky? Certainly somebody does, right? How people are getting around Boston right now during this blizzard. Videos of a people on snowboard, some attached to the rear of a car. The bulk of the heaviest snowfall has moved to the northeast, and Boston is seeing some heavier snowfall. While Logan Airport hasn't actually seen more than 2 inches, totals across Massachusetts are starting to approach a foot. Winter storm warnings are in effect for Boston until Monday evening. Heavy snowfall is expected to continue tonight, with the city seeing a storm total potentially exceeding a foot. 8:13 p.m. EST, severe weather class in Hood County, Texas, postponed. With the winter weather, it is no surprise that the severe weather class in Hood County, Texas, scheduled for Tuesday, January 27th, has been postponed. An extreme cold warning is in effect for the entire Dallas-Fort Worth area, as well as much of Texas until Tuesday morning. Wind chills could drop as low as -10 degrees F. 7:55 p.m. EST. Heavy snowfall from Connecticut to eastern Maine continues. As this powerful winter storm continues to impact the Northeast, heavy snowfall will stay for eastern portions of New England in the coming hours. Heavy snowfall rates of 1–2 inches per hour are expected across much of Connecticut and eastern Massachusetts, including Boston, for the next few hours. This heavy snowfall will eventually shift north into eastern Maine. This heavy snowfall is due to some relatively warm air interacting with the bitterly cold air mass over the region, also called warm air advection. The Storm Prediction Center has issued more than 26 mesoscale discussions, MDs, in the last 2 days. This is the most winter MDs for any 48-hour period since 2008. There have been nearly 8,000 winter storm reports from all of the National Weather Services combined. 7:38 p.m. EST. Be careful shoveling snow. With snowfall accumulating across a wide swath of the central and eastern U.S., millions of Americans are getting ready to break out the snow shovels. Here are some pointers to make sure you go about it safely. First off, please dress warm and stay dry, especially if the white stuff is still falling. Also, take frequent breaks and stay hydrated. Shoveling can lead to back injuries and even heart attacks. Especially with this winter storm, freezing rain is mixing into many of the forecasts, meaning the snow will not be as light and fluffy. Heavy, wet snow is even more risky to shovel since it is so much heavier than dry, fluffy snow. 7:19 p.m. EST. Avalanches reported in Pennsylvania. From meteorologist intern Miriam Guthrie. While Pennsylvania continues to get slammed with snow, there are reports of significant avalanches blocking the road on Coxton Road in Duryea, Pennsylvania. Reports of 10–15 feet of snow are burying the roadway, making the road impassable. Local police are asking drivers to avoid the area and allow emergency crew to respond. 7:04 p.m. EST. Freezing rain can be deceiving. From digital meteorologist Caitlin Kaiser. For those of you across the South who have seen freezing rain, it's important that you remain off the roads as much as you can, even if at a glance they don't look dangerous. This is because wet and icy roads can look very similar, which causes many people to jump on the road without the necessary precautions. We encourage you to stay home, but if you must drive somewhere, make sure you drive slowly. 6:42 p.m. EST. Ice accumulations report. This powerful winter storm is bringing devastation across much of the South and is impacting the East. These ice accumulations are helping to bring power outages to over 950,000 customers. Greenville, Spartanburg, South Carolina, 1.00 inch. Glenn, Mississippi, 1.00 inch. Cherokee, Alabama, 1.00 inch. Rayville, Louisiana, 1.00 inch. Clayton, Georgia, 0.75 inches. Brentwood, Tennessee, 0.75 inches. Ice storm warnings have expired across the South. For the Southeast, ice storm warnings remain for northern Georgia, including Atlanta and the western Carolinas. 6:17 p.m. EST. Steam NADOs reported in Texas. A pretty cool sight at Lake Ray Roberts, Lake Louisville, and Lake Limestone near Dallas, Texas. These steam nados form when cold air moves over the warm lakes. Steam forms, rises, and can rotate. They are impressive and harmless. 5:12 p.m. EST. Ice takes down trees in Nashville, most of Davidson County, without power. From digital meteorologist Caitlin Kaiser. Downtown Music City might look a little different after this winter storm. Numerous large trees in Nashville have snapped from the weight of the ice from Winter Storm Fern, leaving them sagging over roads and sidewalks. Ice reports from around Nashville range from 0.35–0.50 inch. This is considered a disruptive amount of ice where tree limbs break, power outages occur, and roads become icy. Davidson County, where Nashville is located, has over 85% of its tracked customers now without power. 4:43 p.m. EST, a whiteout before the whiteout. The folks in central Pennsylvania are getting ready for a couple of outdoor hockey games this week at West Shore Home Field at Beaver Stadium, University Park, Pennsylvania. Penn State women's hockey hosts Robert Morris at 1 p.m. ET on Friday. Penn State men's hockey hosts Michigan State at 1 p.m. ET on Saturday. Penn State football is known for their massive whiteouts with more than 100K fans in attendance. But check out the whiteout that Mother Nature is dumping on the region right now. And this week, public skating is available. 4:13 p.m. EST, why bridges freeze first. We have all seen the signs, bridges freeze before roadway. If you doubted this truth, the ongoing winter storm has something to say about it. The ground beneath a road serves as a bit of natural insulation, meaning the ongoing cold air is only hitting the road from the top. For bridges and elevated roads, the cold air completely surrounds the structure. You have cold air above, but also cold air flowing underneath, allowing heat to be lost from all sides. 3:48 p.m. EST. Wintry mix continues from Northern Virginia to Long Island. Sleet reported in NYC. The area of greatest concern right now is located across parts of the mid-Atlantic, spreading from Northern Virginia to Long Island. A wintry mix continues across the region, with the sleet-snow line spreading further north. Sleet has spread to Long Island and is being reported in New York City. There is a chance of some freezing rain to be mixed in, and additional ice of 0.1 to 0.2 is possible. However, sleet looks to be the main form of precipitation now. 3:17 p.m. EST. Severe storms bring tornado warnings to Alabama, Florida. Across the southern end of this powerful winter storm, severe storms continue to bring dangerous conditions. A gust of 71 miles per hour was reported in Montgomery, Alabama. There have also been some tornado warnings that were issued in the panhandle of Florida and southeastern Alabama. Emergency management in the area is investigating potential tornado damage in Elba, Alabama. Also, there was a unique statistic that came out of this storm earlier today, and it took place in Georgia. The southwestern part of the state, which included Columbus, had a tornado watch. But just about 50 miles away to the north, ice storm warnings. 2:46 p.m. EST, power outages now top 1 million. Power outages from Winter Storm Fern now exceed 1 million customers, according to poweroutage.us. Tennessee leads the pack with more than 330,000 customers. Davidson County, where Nashville is located, has over 200,000 customers without power. That's more than 92% of the county. Next up is Mississippi, where there are around 175,000 customers without power. That's followed by Louisiana, with just over 145,000 customers without power. Texas has finally dropped below 100,000 customers, while Georgia and Kentucky continue to creep up. Georgia has around 80,000 customers without power, while Kentucky is around 70,000. As conditions worsen across the mid-Atlantic and Northeast, power outages may soar yet again.
Thank you for watching this AGNDD intelliReport, dear viewers. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell button to get notified during new uploads. And make sure to tune in next time. Stay safe and healthy. Cheers!